All right, greetings everyone. Welcome to the 5th annual Black Sustainability Summit's last session for this week and many, many more to come. Welcome to the Sunday celebration. We've made it. We did it. 3 days, 3 phenomenal days. We're so excited to be here and to be within this place and space. I want to give a special shout out to the two sponsors for this Sunday celebration. Our brother Eugene Cook over with Grow Where You Are. We give special thanks to him and to his organization for seeing the value in our work and not only supporting us energetically, as so many of you have, so many of you on the line have, but also financially, as so many of you all have. And he did it in a formal way as a sponsor, as did Sister Naomi Davis up in Chicago with Blacks in Green. So we have our two sponsors today, Blacks in Green and Grow Where You Are. And we just want to give a special shout out to them. They may be joining on a little bit later to share a little bit more about their work, but we wanted to pay honor and reverence and many, many thanks to them for sponsoring this session. We also could not do this work if it were not for the tireless efforts of each one of our volunteers. We've shown this slide a few times and we've just said thank you, major gratitude. But tonight I want to give a special shout out. I want to read each person by name. I initially wasn't going to be doing this, so I will start with my own name, but it was just there for the other person. This is all 100% volunteer-based work. So I want to give thanks to myself. Thank
You
my
better say her name. Say her name.
Hey, how many times do we thank ourselves, right? It's very rare for me. So I'll say it. Give thanks, Sophia Rayner Turner Greenlee. Yes.
You better give some thanks.
Yes. A culmination of all of those who come before me and made this work possible. And I'm grateful, and I hope that this has been an amazing experience for each of you all. And that I've done my ancestors, my elders, my contemporaries, my parents, my family, my loved ones that have made sacrifices.
Mo.
Um, I want to give thanks and special shout out to my sister, my Liberian, Sierra Leonean sister, all the way up in Minnesota, Sister Yay My Brewer.
Yeah. Oh, she's not on. Mo.
She's not on, but she'll see this recording, and we give thanks to her. That sister stays on top of it. Y'all want to know why we haven't had the leniency that we've had in the past? Gang Ma said no. We're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it with excellence that we all walk in. And I give thanks for her energy, complimentary energy, and she takes no stuff.
I haven't seen her face in some of them calls. She be looking like
My sister don't play. Don't y'all
it all.
And she's still a very
she be like
right. Still a very sweet and beautiful, loving spirit too. So long as you stay on her good side, you'll see all the smiles. And she does not discriminate when she dishes it out. So, yes. We give thanks to our elder advisor, Mama Nobantu, Uncle Wanda. Yes, for constantly leading this work and doing so many things and wearing so many hats. Next up, we give thanks, and she also led our libation. That mama is over 70, and she has been
I
running.
missed that.
I don't know if y'all know that. Okay, we've heard a lot from other people who've been attending the summit this year that are elders and seasoned people, and Mama Nobantu is running as one of the finest that I know.
Oh boy, that dog.
Brother Costco Jones.
Myself.
Hey, big you up with your
Go ahead.
Brother Costco has been there. He always has lots and lots and lots of references, support, resources, time, energy. His son is had a slight ordeal currently, and I'm happy to hear that all has gone well, and he's still been here providing that support despite that. So we give thanks to you, Brother Costco. We love you. Thank you.
Thank you for your vision. I'm here to help. I believe in what y'all got going on. I see Charles in the back. What's up, Charles?
What's up, Costco?
Yes. Costco has been moderating some of our sessions here as well, and doing a phenomenal job. Brother Jawara McNeil, Boop, 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 boop.
I'm here. What's going on?
Hey, he graced us with his lovely voice. And for those of you who
Yeah.
don't know, he's been curating all of our music, Street Organized Noise. Shout out to you.
Right.
Give thanks for that energy of just, he wants to make sure the job gets done correctly and that he has done everything he can do to get it there. So we give thanks for you, Brother Jawara.
I'm a perfectionist. What can I say? You know, that's my job. I'm trying the music. Hey, man, music entertainment. You got to know what you're doing. Appreciate it.
Yes.
All right.
All right. I give thanks to my love, my compliment, Charles Greenlee. Thank you. Thank you, hon.
The power duo. The power duo.
Could not do this
Hey,
work
Charles.
without him.
Peace. Is that Deborah? What else is? Long
Yeah.
time.
How you doing?
Good, you?
Long time no see. Let me film my video just to give you a wave.
Yeah, I've
Good
been
to
hearing
see
your
you.
voice. Yeah, so I've been seeing your name and hearing your voice all summer. So it's definitely good to, connect with you once again. We'll do it in person again sometime soon.
Amen.
Yes. So hi.
All right.
She's rejected the call, so it's coming through on my computer. My baby knows how to say no. I want to give a special thanks to Lavanya Jones over dealing with the HBCU. She was our tech support all Saturday. If y'all had a smooth transition and wonderful experience, she has been on the back end doing tech support. We give thanks to her for her sacrifice. She did a great job.
Thank you.
Felina up in Ohio. Yes.
Hey, Felina.
We give
Shout
thanks
out.
to her for her support. Our brother Uriah Yisrael, not only was he holding it down as a presenter, he held it down on Friday and on Saturday for some of the sessions that we had. And honestly, we weren't going to have this summit virtually this year. We were supposed to be in Ghana, and brother Uriah called and he was like, well, could y'all just do like a little ag piece? I got this idea that I want to do. And then it flourished, and he gave us that push and that energy to make sure that this work happens. So give thanks, brother Uriah. Our brother Tanisio Sianima, he was our moderator today for that Black Ag panel, that land reclamation panel with so many heavy hitters. Today
He
is
did a good job.
right, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he do a good job? Big up to my brother Tanisio over with Nature's Candies, Nature's Candy Farms. My sister Hope Ireti Hart, she did a great job helping to moderate some of our sessions and has been here and been supporting our work. She gave us some loving energy about us changing our summit over from Ghana to being here, and she will be with us in Ghana next year, she said. So we give thanks to her. Dr. Erica Holloman Hill, we give thanks to her. Shout her out. She made that possible and brought in 2 Morehouse volunteers to help us with tech support on the back end.
Okay, wonderful.
She did that. Brother Sekou Koulibaly, our brother from Mali. Yes, he's doing the French translation for our brother Drake, his genealogy video. Brother Drake, if you guys saw his session,
that was good.
he traced his lineage to Mali, and he asked for a French translator, not knowing that we actually knew someone here in Atlanta from Mali who was willing to do the translation. So it
wow.
Our sister Kennedy Payne, a student over at Clark Atlanta University, she helped to make sure that all of the sessions that you all saw on our website were outlined correctly and updated and input into Hoover to help us with this transition to this platform.
She did great.
Our sister Amina Robinson helped us with these beautiful slides that you see here, making sure everything was aligned and edited and done smoothly. So we give thanks to her and her proficiency and her attention to detail, as well as our sister Nafisa Robinson, of no relation, mind you, maybe just by plantation with that last name, but of no relation, to which they know. She also worked on the slides. Isn't it interesting how things work out? So just another big up and love to all of our supporters and our volunteers this evening and for these past few days. We could not do this work without each of you. I should have put my baby up there. So hi. So hi. Thank you. Okay, she's busy. She ain't studying me. All right. She's fine. Here are some of our other sponsors throughout the rest of the summit. We wanted to give thanks to them and allow this time and space. 40 Acres, Eco Womanist, Grow Where You Are, Aya Educational Institute, Thomas T.J. Lofton, Hemp Research Group, the Collard Greens Festival, Blacks in Green, Aya International Development and International Knowledge Institute, Eco Paradigm, Timothy Lynn's Melanin and Sustainable Style, Afroletics, and Bamboo Roots Collective. So we give thanks, we give thanks, we give thanks. Oh, and Foodwell Alliance hiding back here behind my video here. We give thanks to each of them for providing their support at their various levels of gifting to support us. So that's all I have for you all. Sustainable Community Solutions, I guess I'll shout myself out. I see it's on here as a reminder. And we give thanks to each one of them for their consistent support, love, and energy. If y'all were on that funding panel, they demystified that myth, right? That Black people do not have the financial resources to support each other. We already know that. That's why we're here. So just many, many thanks again. And without further ado, if you haven't joined our network yet, please make sure you join our network. Go to blacksustainabilitysummit.com, go over into the menu, select join network. It's currently still free. You better hop on it. Because after this summit, I can imagine we're going to get a lot more folks coming in. So come on and join today. Thank you all so much. I will turn off this slide share. And I was hoping to see some more names popped in and popped through. They're still going on that other session.
They still over there.
You better get that, Yama. Tell her we got to wrap this thing up.
Yeah,
Let's free up, turn on these videos. Let's see y'all's faces, say greetings. What'd you learn? Let's do some reflection. Matter of fact, Costco, let me turn it over to you. Let me turn it over to this moderator here. Go ahead, do your thing.
Oh, you was stealing all the thunder. I wasn't mad at you. I was doing the same thing. I was actually about to tell everybody, get you some, get ready, toast it up. We got to toast it up. You know what I mean? Finish this thing on out. Look, it's the stuff that's coming out. The woodworks here. Everybody turn on your camera. I'm going to go on and, get the vibes going. I'm trying to let people come on in here.
This is kombucha, by the way. It's kombucha. I'm going to pour it in a wine glass, but it's definitely going to help keep us nice and regulated. That's the thing.
Hey, I didn't have time. I didn't have time. Man, we was working all day, man. We did a good job though, man. Definitely.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Nah, that's just kind of as we reflect and we start to and we're looking back on this momentous occasion. I'm trying to get a number. 271 people came to the summit. Based on the Hoover app. So that's when you started to try to look at well, what would those dues look like? Because now you have a baseline of what you can kind of potentially look at, and then you start looking at dues and you start looking at a budget and you start bringing some of these things that we were talking about over the span of the summit to fruition, because a lot of it isn't free, and we can start just being intentional about those things and looking at what that looks like in so many different sectors, as far as nonprofits or for-profits or both, because Ms. Hicks was actually hitting on something very profound in that panel before she left, just talking about, we have to be intentional about what type of jobs we're doing and what we're taking and or being owners, because Blacks hire Blacks. And I think that's part of the beauty of the Black Sustainability Summit and the Black Network is we're forming a tribe, so to speak, or people are finding their tribe, and they're finding, you can find people that have a skill set that you need. It's almost getting to the point where it's going to be like a directory for I have said need, almost like a Black Fiverr, whatever, however you say that, so to speak, where, it's like, hey, I need this done. Does somebody have the skill sets, and I have this amount, this in my budget to get it taken care of, as we start getting all of these different skill sets together. And then even if you're looking at on the side of, you know, all of the urban ag and the farmers and all of that, we, you know, looking at potentially all of them looking at their capacity and going after a municipal contract for, you know, providing props to, you know, a school or something like that. It's just so many different ways that you can take this, but it all comes from getting everybody in the same space, and that all comes from your foresight and wisdom, and then just understanding that globalization is not waiting on us as well, while no one's coming to save us. So, you know, we have to also be strategic about that side of it too, right? Because it's, you know, when you get into the money game, and then, you know, it's, you get into citizenship and then taxes, and you kind of got to have a dual citizenship or be able to move freely in order to kind of win on that game as well, in my mind.
Well, you
So
know, Costco,
just
you touched on some things. We do have a database that's being built right now by the brother Jehudi, who was on this Black Supply Chain. We've sent him
yes,
all of our network members, and he is almost done with our database. We have to make sure it looks user friendly, but our new website starting in 2020 will be just an overlay of a map where you can roll over and see where our members actually are, what their skill sets are, and what projects they currently have. And you have access to that database as a member. Now, once we find out how much he's going to charge us for that, then that's when you'll see this membership that I'm talking about that's free go have a price tied to it. But currently, right now, he has been working really hard just off of GP to make sure that the database gets done so he can show us what it looks like and then tell us how much it costs so that he can do that. So to that same point, I mean, we have different levels. Entity, you know, level is the highest level. Then you have your expert, and then beneath that you have your enthusiast. And so you can come in as just somebody who wants to learn more and join our network. I just want to learn. I just want to learn. Teach me something. They get a chance to watch the videos, all these pre-recorded sessions. You join the network at the base level, you can come and find out Costco might have a project going on, you know, with his company. You want to learn more, you can apprentice. You could just sign up to volunteer and become an intern at that level. But then if you're an expert where you are speaking specifically, so like Baba Abubakar Kareem, who's on here, who has done phenomenal workshops with our summit in the past on how do you really build a sustainable community, you can come and shadow him and learn from an expert, or he can host trainings that you can sign up for and pay for at that level. And then finally, at the next rung, if you will, I don't like to do hierarchy, but at the next rung, as an entity, you sign up for your organization, and your organization is then able to do contracts and bids and partner with other entities that are within our network that are already certified, that we give our stamp of approval. It is a Black and green organization. They're committed to the same values that we have while also doing the work for our environment. So they get kind of that stamp of approval. And our brother Jehudi's company is actually going to evaluate their supply chain to ensure that it is as Black as possible and pull from our network members. So we continue to circulate that Black dollar within. So those are some of the things that we've been working on in addition to this summit, in addition to Ghana, to make sure that we tie those things in. So thank you, Brother Costco, for bringing that up. It needed to come out. So I'm glad. Thank you.
oh yeah, you know, I am very intentional about group economics and just dealing with Black folks. I'm one of those. I'm one of those. We kind of messed up with the desegregation thinking people. Um, I see both sides of the story. I remember I didn't get into it when I was speaking with Professor Small, but he was talking about W.E. Du Bois and Booker T, and being someone with a master's degree that had to go get back into the field and get back to work. It kind of shows that they both, you know, they was on different sides of the same pole, and they were friends with a lot of people don't know. They were both Prince Hall Masons, but it's just one of those things. Whereas you have to be both, because back to what I was saying earlier, Blacks hire Blacks. So you can come out here and say, oh, I've matriculated through your institution, and then they're like, well, you know, you want this little job that I know you're overly educated for, and which is disrespectful, or, you know, are you gonna make a way yourself? So you just have to start making the way yourself. And then the beauty of where we're at in history right now is, I don't know if everyone heard that part that Dana was saying in about solar and peer-to-peer solar sharing. A lot of these technologies that are coming out right now, she said the number one thing that was messing that up was incumbent power. Therefore, when we're going into developing countries and things of that nature, we have a chance to go into smart cities and have everything leap bound in the infrastructure that we see here in America, taking the best lessons learned from that and setting up a community somewhere else that's even better from a technology side and technological standpoint, which in turn can help to close that gap, especially when we're dealing in resource rich places. So that's very, very, very beautiful to me. You know, and I'm excited about that, but I'm just really excited about this and what's going on here. And then it's just so many, I'm excited to see where this is going to grow in the next, 5 to 10 years. It's definitely going to be a worldwide conglomerate as far as how people are participating. I see people coming in.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are here. We are in the last mixer. Okay, Erica's over. Hello, hello, hello. And we've been in here having a good time. How did the rest of the solar, did that everything? It seemed like I popped in for a second to see where everybody was at, and there was a lot of questions going. So did everyone got their questions answered, and things
Great
cool over
discussion.
there.
Did we lose you?
Yeah.
Did your call drop, or you just left to come rush over to the mixer?
I came to be prompt, and I text Erica and let her know I was coming.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry I didn't get it over to you, Miss Brewer. I apologize.
I think you were really going to check on your food that you got brewing back there. I heard you mention something.
Oh, the food is on the app. Check the diaspora through dishes. I posted my pictures of my food. I got my food out. Also tagged you on the IG. The food is done.
I'll tell him to don't go outside. Then where did he go take a picture?
Oh, my Monica said somebody's not going outside.
I thought that was a question for a second. It was cute. It was a little cute voice.
Wow, she has gotten so big.
We have enough people in here now. Take a little 10, 20 seconds, go get some so we can do this toast. We was waiting.
What?
Get these cameras on. Let's do a toast.
The toast, yeah. We gotta have some drinks. We gotta have the right drinks for that, right? I don't think everybody came prepared. Y'all got your food, your drinks. What's going on?
I have my kombucha here.
Yeah, everybody has some.
Yeah, I should have came prepared, man. Today.
Oh, there we go.
But I got the music, so that's cool. You know what I'm saying? To let you guys know about what I'm doing, because Raina introduced me with Street Organized Noise.
Because those are, at the end of the day, you can get into all of these other things, but health and wealth are the things that's going to keep you going. Combine that with the ancestors, and there we are. Thank you again to everybody that came out to the summit. Thank you to the wisdom of our queens in the vision for keeping this going and getting this out here. Let's keep this going for next year and the Black Sustainability Summit. We'll look back at 2050 and marvel at this on my resort. That's what it's gonna be in 2050 on my resort.
Ashe. Yeah. I'm so excited about what I've seen. I'd like to, get permission to get access to show this to some key people who I know they would be as excited as I am about this. Is there any way arrangements could be made in terms of, getting access to the program again, so I could, show it to key people and key organizations? So
Well, the beauty of the of everything being virtual is everything that's on the Hoover app is going to be there. Like I went to a conference about 2 weeks ago, and I could still access everything from that conference on the Hoover app. So all of these sessions were on Zoom. They were being recorded. At some point, I'm not going to put a timeline out there, but the recordings will be available on the app. At your disposal to look at again. I'm not sure about new people having access to them and how that works, but you yourself will have access to them. That's the Hoover is going to be like a living document. Basically, everything that's been posted on that app will be there.
Excellent.
Did
Excellent. Because right now, I know of 3 organizations that would want to see this, and at least two businesses that I work with. So I can't wait to show them this. This is I mean, it blew my mind. Actually, I was doing some volunteer work for Afrocentricity International.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, hold on. Yeah, okay. I was doing volunteer work for Afrocentricity International, the AI based in Philly. And, for the week, I was just posting events on social media, and I ran across this, and and that's what that's the direction that I wanted to go in terms of, having an impact on the environment. So I gravitated to it right away. But it blew my mind. I didn't know that it was going to be this intense. So you guys got it done. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. So,
Thank you.
yeah.
Anybody else have any reflections or anything they want to share right now? Just take about 40 seconds. I want to open the floor up.
Unfortunately, I have to go. I got a class, and I gotta be there in about 5 minutes. But otherwise, I will.
That's fine, Mark.
Yeah, but you guys will be hearing from me definitely. So
Thank
have
you.
a good one. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care.
All right. Feel free to pop in.
Well, I can say it was inspirational, man. In this moment of where I think we have an opportunity to have just a little bit more access because of the social moment. It was great to connect with other folks in the field doing amazing things. Excited to hear about some new folks here in Atlanta that I did not know existed. Look forward to networking. And I say that my mentor taught me that networking is a contact sport, and I am understanding that a lot more. And so thank you to Raina and the team and this COVID moment, actually, because as much as I wanted to go to Ghana, I knew that I would not be able to, but I was able to participate. So I give thanks for this as I'm being dragged off down the hallway. But thank you all so much.
Bye, Erica.
All right, Eric.
Yes, look, I've been pulled down on the floor myself with this one. All right.
All right.
No, this is Mr. Sparza. You haven't heard much from me, but I just wanted to convey my great appreciation and thanks for this virtual conference and the work that you all have done. And I have a company here, so I have to go. But thank you so very much for the conference.
Thank you.
Thank you. Blessings.
What did he hear you?
Anyone else jumping in?
Oh, yes, it's Stefan. Can you hear me? Sorry.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, sorry. I just wanted to just say it was awesome. It was awesome. I was able to catch a lot of the conference on yesterday. Wasn't able to catch a lot today, but definitely able to catch a lot yesterday. Awesome, powerful stuff, man. Powerful stuff. I'm actually a former NFL player, and actually I actually learned about the summit through Mr. Russell Bean, and I'm in the water business and water filtration business, helping out and frequency, helping out former athletes that are in pain, that are dealing with ailments and bone replacements and stuff. And so, but this is just to come to a space where we're all African Americans or Africans that was on the platform. It was powerful, man. Powerful information, very educational. I was locked in. So yeah, man, I'm glad I found this space, glad I found the community that are doing awesome and extraordinary things. So I'll definitely be connecting and coming being a partner, with Black sustainability organizations. So, and I will be spreading the word to other fellow former players and some of the active guys that I know. But awesome. Enjoyed every bit of it.
Thank you. I'm so glad
You're welcome.
Yeah, we have to call Mr. Bean and tell him thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, awesome guy. Yeah.
I have a question. Did Kashan ever tell us what the symbol was? And he was gonna give us a prize at the end if we knew what.
Oh, that's right. Do you? Let me see who knows it. I'll tell him. You got it right.
I thought it was the Anansi spider. I don't know, or either Insoroma. I know Insoroma has a star, but Anansi has the circle in the middle and then spread out all the way around with the Adinkra symbol. So I don't know. I like to know what it was.
Yes, it was in the shape of the Wi-Fi symbol. They did it like the Wi-Fi, but
Wi-Fi. Wow.
But yeah, it's the web, the communication tool. So you spot on, Mama Nobantu.
Oh, so I'll get the prize.
That gift from Ghana.
Well, let him know. How many before I get there? Oh, wow. Well, I have a 1-minute video of that generator. Can I show it?
Oh, yes, please.
I have to have the screen. Can you hear it?
Turn it up. You got it all the way on 0.
Oh, that's what's about.
Power storage unit. Traditional generators need gas, but what if gas is unavailable? Roads could be washed out, blocked, or impassable. No gas, no generator for power. Wireless generator charges from solar energy, eliminating the need for gasoline. It comes with multiple outlets and compresses into a smaller package to prevent damage during transportation. A built-in AI system connects to satellite internet servers for communication capabilities when local service is out, or for rescuing stranded people. As an added bonus, wireless generator is self-propelled and controlled by a smartphone. And, like a tank, its heavy-duty treads can roll over any terrain. Put wireless generator, a mobile remote power storage unit, in your product line today.
What does that run on?
Solar power.
Water and solar.
Is that the product you were talking about earlier?
How much?
Right. And there's a couple of chiefs in Ghana who want it. They like to have it because it will light up their community, their little cities and what have you. So it's been a struggle trying to raise the money for the prototype that you saw.
Does it need batteries too, as well as solar, or no?
No batteries.
I will circle
that
back
was
with
it
you
for
about
me.
that. That looks good.
Very nice.
I didn't hear what you said, Cosmo.
Anybody else? Oh, I said I'm gonna circle back with you about that. That looks like a nice little. I want one
Yeah,
of them.
Costco, we should definitely circle back because that we can include that right on into this energy efficiency Sierra Club pilot project.
Other people's money. Yes, we will.
There's a whole bunch of people.
We're gonna look at that. We're gonna look at that for a study that we're working on with Partnership for Southern Equity. May be able to implement that product or try to potentially get them some funds towards getting the prototype complete.
Yeah, his biggest fear is somebody's gonna take it from him. That was his biggest fear.
Okay, I get that. That's and that was something that was touched on in the solar session as well. Intellectual property.
Right.
As we are, because we're black folks, we're the keepers of the earth anyway. So if you get into all of that, we're going to naturally think of solutions for these problems. A lot of people don't know some of the most common things that you use in everyday life. A black person invented, from the stoplight to the air conditioning. So and without the air conditioning, people wouldn't even live in like Texas, Arizona, Vegas, things of that nature. So with that in mind, we always are coming up with the solutions to said problems, and then we have to fight in order to protect our intellectual property in the in the legal system, so to speak. And you can deal with the various costs if you can. Most people can't afford a patent lawyer, things of that nature. So that's going to be one of our biggest fights moving forward, is just protecting our ideals and making sure that they're not exploited and we're properly paid for. We can't have the famous Amos situations happening just because we're trying to, because you can do some good and make some money, right? You don't have to be a poor righteous teacher. You can go out here and help people and charge your fee, and or find ways to get the money put together so that you can make a livable wage and help people. And that's something else that we have to get out of as people as well. Not always trying to help each other, wanting to hook up and things of that nature. You have to pay people their fee and or be willing to barter and figure out that on the back end, because we all have children, we all have mouths to feed. So it can't be scenarios where everyone is always trying to look for hookups. But we have to be intentional about protecting our intellectual property, and then also intentional about doing business with each other to give someone a shot when they do have an ideal or a new emerging product or things of that nature, so that we can say, hey, this works, or these are the lessons learned. I will maybe tweak this or tweak this, that, and the third. I think that's so important right now. And then the other part of that is, as we're dealing in those things, a lot of these things are intangible. We're dealing with energy. Energy is intangible. So you have to take someone's word for it. People are always so, I have a master's degree from Virginia Tech in building science, construction management. So if I tell you something about energy in your house, and that's how I've been paying my bills with my company since 2012, like, why should you question it? I'm not going to question you if you're asking me something about the field that your level of expertise is in. And then you have to be willing to go ahead and figure out, how can I add some value to that person, and or just pay them their fee. Let them.
No,
Go ahead, Erica.
No, I was just gonna add, I think to your point, as we are dealing with one another, we also have to be realistic about injected oppression and how we show up and what tools are out there to allow us to heal so that we can better connect and communicate and work together, because sometimes it's not that the two folks are, we can't get along or anything. It's just we've been socialized to not even trust ourselves and one another, and being very clear about that too. And if there's enough of a will for the product and the social good, to also work through that social aspect, so that that flow of energy can happen, And I think the more and more, for me, also learning to speak in I statements, regardless of where I am, that socialized aspect always comes up, especially when I'm dealing with my brothers and sisters in this safe space that's been created for us to have those real conversations too, And
Right. It's because it's always so funny when you're out here, you're trying to do business, you want to do business with your own people, and then they don't want to pay you your fee, and then you just like, well, I'm trying, and then you're running to somebody that doesn't look like you, doesn't know you from Adam, like for example, might have went to the same school as you or something like that, and to pay you your fee and above it, and send you a reference, and then you like.
Yeah, I mean, and that's why we're here though too, right? To be with amongst people that we don't even have to start those conversations with. We already ready, to get this work done. Okay, you see her, she wants to know who is on this camera taking up time. But we're already here with the collective of the willing, and we've seen so many of us that are willing to go to work, because everything y'all are sharing is true. Every one of us is at various stages of healing. And okay, well that's my that's my cue. I guess
well, that's one of the reasons why we
that's family. That's the next generation. That's why we do what we do. No apologies, Raina.
Yeah, that's true. She that's my girl.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of
But to add what you were saying, Afia, what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say that, well, two things. To add to what you were saying, I think that's why it's so important to like you had the session on healing, talk about my money, my feelings, because that has to go hand in hand. Like a bird can't fly with just one wing. We need both wings. So the healing has to be an aspect, because we have to realize nothing is new under the sun. We've owned things, if we had education, we've done everything. And what stops us is that emotional internal aspect. So I spend a lot of my time dealing with that. The second question or comment I was going to make was, had anybody seen the Thrive 2? Because one of the things that also is mentioned is how many people who have come up with innovative things who have died because Black, white, and other, because of the not wanting. I know this is a new time, and I know that I'm excited about this time. But that's another thing. I was just wondering if anybody heard of the brother in the film that came up with the one segment, if anybody has worked with him or heard of him, and how do we deal with the greed that prevents these kind of products that have always been here from being more accessible to the people.
You said there was a brother in the documentary?
Yeah, there was a brother from Ghana. That's why I was wondering if anybody watched it. You got to see it. It was awesome because
is it free online on their website?
I paid for it. It was worth it. It was $9.99, but I think I had a link my friends sent me for it free. But I would suggest people just paying the $9.99 and supporting him, because his work, it was really good. It was really, really good to see, because he went to, I forgot what country it was in Africa, and they showed how they tried to poison him. They tried to it told the whole story about all what he had to go through, and it showed a list of all the people who have died. We all know about Tesla and things like that, but all the list of people who have died for these type of products that are out there, but they just suppressing it, So that was the gist of it. So that's why I wanted to support that. And I was really happy that they featured him, because they spend all their time looking for all these alternative types of energies and so forth. And they heard about him and they went and they almost didn't get through because he needed batteries to show him the product. And then when they showed him the product, they were so excited because he was like, even Proctor, the guy, he was like, this is something I've been looking for my whole life. And you've done it. You know, he just bigged them up like that. So,
What's
but
the name
again,
of
you
the
know,
documentary?
it's Thrive 2. Thrive 1 came out some years ago, and Thrive 2, if I had the link, but you can't put it in the chat, but if I had the link, I would send it on the chat. Are you guys still on Wova? Because I'm not. Is there a way to go back on Wova? Well, I won't be able to. Maybe if I send
you
it
just
to you.
minimize your screen. If you minimize your screen right now, it's in full screen. If you minimize it, you'll go right back to Hoover.
I could go to Hoover, but I can't get on. So, but what I could do if I send it to you, you could put it on the chat.
Yeah, just send it to me on the on WhatsApp.
Okay.
I'll put it in there. And just a note, because I think all of this is great, but practical application of all the things that were learned at the summit, you know.
Well, I wanted to see if the brother that had the invention has he gone to venture capitalists, to Black venture capitalists? I mean, has he done a formal presentation?
I don't think he has. I can't hear her. Is that me? Can't hear.
I think she cut off. I'm not sure if she said. Should be she in there?
Yeah, her volume is on.
Are you on mute?
No,
hear you.
not on mute.
Can't hear you.
Oh, the microphone on her computer might be that.
We can't hear you.
Can't hear.
Can't hear.
Check the microphone on the computer. I don't know what that is. So.
Still can't hear you.
Still can't hear. I guess she's gonna go out and come back in. What was it?
Still can't hear you.
No.
We can't hear you, Sister Hope. She could put it in the chat.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we can't hear you.
I don't know. Somebody's playing with you. Someone's playing with you over there.
It's powerful. Whatever you gotta share is powerful.
Really.
So go ahead and put it in the chat. We're gonna get it.
Miss Stewart, how are you? I saw you just pop in here.
Oh, that's Costco. I'm doing fine. I had to go to another Zoom lecture.
It's fine. Do you have any final thoughts or anything you want to share as we're in the conclusion of the summit?
Oh, it was, if I can sit here from 9 in the morning, approximately, from on Friday, from 12 to almost 10, 11 at night, hanging out with all you young people, and at 72 years old, and then come back on a Saturday from 9 to about 8, and then come back on a Sunday from 9 until now. Well, that, you know, it has been a wealth, beyond a wealth of knowledge. And I was thinking, whatever they want to use for the word PhD, we can think of an Afrocentric title to give to all of you, but I would say Raina. So we can think of a title that we should give to Raina. I'm talking about knowing some of her work 5 years ago to now, and the growth, and a baby, and married, and all of this technology.
Give thanks.
What technology? I'm just learning about Hoover. That's a new one to me. Thank you so much, all of you. You did a great job, I'm telling you. You gotta excuse me.
Thank you. You've been so active and always giving and sharing and holding it down, representing for the elders in the place and space. Before you all joined, we were bigging you up. You and Mama Nobantu,
Yeah.
y'all have been running circles. And Mark, just constantly giving us strength and energy, and just give thanks for your gift of love. You and so many others who have been on this call, just thank you, thank you, thank you. We couldn't do this work without all of us putting in that time, energy, y'all's love, and Yema, myself, the rest of the volunteers, and everybody. It's just been a beautiful journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Did a wonderful job. Really did a wonderful job. I
It's
sent you the link,
powerful, man.
Raina, again. So I don't know if you could put that in, but I
Okay,
sent.
thank you.
Wonderful. Yeah, I didn't get to big you up, but I big you up when you were on the other call. So I just wanted to say shout out to you personally. You did a wonderful job. And we were saying how you don't play. You've been on it. Make sure we on it. And we appreciate that. It just
Tomorrow
really,
anyway.
I mean, I'm just really thankful to see how this whole thing worked. Jessica Lewis was one of the ones that I was really blown away by. Her presentation really just got me up out of my seat with excitement and
Yeah, I like that.
thinking what's possible. She was such a visionary. I mean, I just loved her. And for the land that I have in Antigua, I just see myself availing over what she's doing. And not only that, her vision. I mean, and she's actual doing it, and she got this vision of what's next. And I'm just like, wow. I was really blown away by her.
Playing.
And I really was appreciative of the forum with the funding and the sisters there, and how they really talked about how important it is for self-love. So crucial. You could tell that from experience, because they've had the money and they can see what happens when we don't love ourselves. Kind of like what I was saying, and the fact that they're bringing their pocketbook where their money, where the mouth is. So I definitely want to take advantage of that too. I'm just really proud of everyone here. And I'm just thankful for this this momentum that's happening. So thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you for coming out and supporting.
I was really appreciative of our lineup. This was really awesome. I mean, I think it's been a big lineup in some past years too, but this one, I don't know if this was the biggest lineup. I guess when you count like all the panels, the individual people, it might have been one of the biggest. And most of the people that were brainstormed to reach out to like ended up coming through. So I don't think there's anybody that was scheduled, maybe one, that like didn't show up, over this weekend, for the most part. So that, it's pretty divine. It ended up being just a good mix. I think we covered all the 8, 9 themes for the most part. So that's awesome. I think it is just part of the testament of the opportunities that have come out from this COVID year. You know what I mean? Like in the past, it have been hard to get this many people to be even open to doing a online conference. That doesn't, it's not the thing that we're the most into. But yeah, it's just things kind of fell into place, and with just really a month of planning. So thank you again to everybody who contributed in any way. Yeah, this was good. This was good. We got some good outlines and thoughts for if it's to continue, or different iterations in future years. So that's good.
Can we
When is the Ghana trip?
Right?
When is the Ghana trip?
I think it's July 2021.
It's all a plan.
But we don't know so much, with how things may go. But right now, July 2021 is scheduled for us to be there. Everything that we've already planned is there. It's just plug and play. We just have to make sure we can get there and be safe and whatnot. So I know Yema and I will talk a little bit more about it. But I also wanted to give a shout out to Yema's mother. She opened us up right. Remember? She
Yeah, she was fun. She was able to get on the Hoover and watch a few of her stuff. That was fun.
Very nice.
This may be of interest to you. This is freeze dry. This is good for 25 years. I was just with the gentleman who makes this. It's bean soup and it's good for 25 years. I purchased it about 2 years ago.
Wow.
Freeze dried bean soup. And this is freeze dried garlic.
Wow.
It's very, very potent. I've never opened it. But these are, when we talk of sustainability, this is Gerald Mohammed from, I think it's in Mississippi. Great people.
Silk Road?
Yes, it's called, and I'll send it to Raina, the information. They are brilliant. And this is when you connect with people from all different religions or whatever faith and background. They're with the Nation of Islam.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me at all?
Yes, we can hear you now. Yes.
Okay. Well, I already put my question in the chat, but what I was wanting to say about the invention was I was wondering if he had given a formal presentation to a venture capitalist, a Black venture capital firm, which they do have some. And I was thinking of how Jada and Will Smith funded Carol's Daughter products, how P. Diddy and Mary J. Blige, they all ended up investing in Carol's daughter. And his product is so, it's so needed. I think if he got it in front of the right people, and there are some Black venture capital firms that do nothing but fund corporate projects, I really think, if he did a formal presentation, I think they would definitely fund it. And you can sign non-disclosure agreements, to the people you're doing the presentations to. So I think you really need to he needs to research Black venture capital firms on a national basis. And then my other question was whether or not the HOVA, how long can we communicate on HOVA? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, go ahead.
90 days. Isn't it 90 days? I think we get 90 days on HOVA. Okay, let me handle this one here. Someone else can respond to that.
Oh, do you know if he's done a formal presentation to anyone, or has he been afraid to do it?
I think he has, but I don't know who he went to. He has talked to a couple, somebody in chief in Ghana and a chief in Nigeria, and they want the product for their community and their cities. But he has to go through, he has an engineer that he's working with to get this prototype done. But the figure I gave him, I'm not exactly sure. I have to go back and check my notes to see, because I think he sent me, I think he did have a contract, but I'm not sure. And he's not in Georgia right now. He was in Georgia, now he's in Arkansas. So I will get back to him and ask him, and I've been trying to help. So Black venture capitalists, I don't think he's made a pitch to any of them.
Well, definitely, I'm in Texas, close to Arkansas, but tell him that I'm interested, look up my information, and I'm very interested in helping him find firms to present to. And I was thinking of the all Black communities, but they don't have as much funding. Eventually the community in Tuskegee and the Muslim community that's in Mississippi, that would be a great, source of energy for them also. But as far as getting the money for the prototype, definitely venture capital firm. That's what they do.
Okay.
I also suggest HBCUs, maybe linking up with some of the engineering departments, because it's an amazing product, and you may be able to get some of the data support needed to go beyond the prototype, and working with the HBCU, you may be able to bypass some of the well, you still have to, we had the conversation earlier about, you still don't, just because somebody's Black doesn't necessarily mean you can trust them, but that may be one closer step too. And great partnerships, because as I'm looking at it too, I'm thinking from a scientific perspective where a professor may be able to apply for a NSF grant. They have all of these different types of grants for that type of product, basically, and maybe letting it come out of a research development arm as a strategy too. As we're looking for anything at this point to just get a prototype built. But it seemed, I would definitely say one way may be to connect it to some research.
At a HBCU?
At a HBCU. And one within a PhD, one that has a PhD program in engineering. And we could talk offline and maybe do some research together on that one.
Okay. All right, Erica, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And Yuretti, I'll get back to you as well.
Oh, network.
Okay. Well, I have another question. I just wanted to see, what did everybody feel like they can take away? What are you going to apply? Like starting tomorrow, what are you applying that you learned here?
Starting today, I'm applying for that grant. I'm applying for that grant from the sisters and the grandfather. Starting today, I already on the website. I'm halfway finished, but I love that. That's one thing I could apply, and following through. It just gave me hope to see. I think everybody, especially the people who attended here for the first time, like I attended in 2018, it just gives us hope to see the level of coordination and thoroughness of this. It just blew people away. It really blew away first people. I could tell by the first people who were here, like they were not expecting how well organized and put together this thing was, and they were just so used to a lower standard, I think. And I think by you just having this type of standards, I remember when my first time, I was really blown away too. And I think that is so crucial. That's a step in for us learning how to trust one another already. Just by having that standard and keeping the conversation on a positive level, even when we like to go low sometimes because we just talking from our past, y'all keep it up. And I think that's one thing I'm gonna take away is that there are people out here doing the work and they're committed. So I just give thanks for that.
Right. I think it's so important to connect the dots. And that's what we were looking for back 5-6 years ago, actually, is how do we connect the dots with people who are doing similar things but don't know each other. And,
right.
And when you do that, the power that comes out of that is just overwhelming. It's a lot of power when we collect and find out that, oh, I didn't know you was doing a sustainable community in Alabama. I'm doing one in Texas, and look how far away they are from each other. Right. So I think that was phenomenal. For me, I'm getting ready to call my cousins in Texas about the land that they tried. There's a lot of heirs on it, and see if we can do something with it. Most of my cousins are now in California, and a few of them are still in Texas, but most of them left. But the property is still there. So for me, it's like I got to do my research. I got to do some work to try to see what we're going to do with that land. I hope they can't sell it because there's so many heirs on it. So I know it must still be there. Hopefully I would have gotten something in the mail, that they were trying to sell it. I hope they didn't do nothing underhanded. But for me, I got to do my research on my own family land.
Yeah, I was going to say, Mama Nobantu, if one person sells it, though, the rest can get forced to go to sale. And if you're not there, you can lose it. That's how, without even...
If one person sells it?
If one person, that's why it's been so important for us to have land trusts, or to at least get every single section deeded out. Like that, the whole 160 acres that we're working with, when my aunt made her transition, that all of that was left to all 13 of the children. And it was a mad scramble for the family to say, deed it up parcel it out, because if any of her children or her grandchildren decide we're going to split it, they can sell that one portion, and it can force everybody else to have to sell. And if you're not there, people can stand on those court steps and take that land just from paying the taxes, and you will be none the wiser, and it could have been done legitimately. So that's why it's so important to have those conversations too, because like those land trusts and the heirs property, that stuff is real. That's how they swindle us out of our land. If they can convince one person in that bloodline that can get in there, it can be a problem. So yeah, I think that's a great
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out, definitely.
Yeah, you got to know your
But I
rights too.
just want to give kudos to Yema and Raina. You guys did a phenomenal job. I know everybody has said that, but you know, I've been there from the beginning, and to see where we've gone is just like a miracle. You know, all the connections that we have and all this information, all of this needs to go to the African Center Schools. This is their curriculum. They got everything they need from all that we did these last 3 days and all the 150 we did prior to that to set up their curriculum. Our children's got to get it. Your baby's got to get it. You know, we can break it down to her, you know. So I'm overwhelmed, you know. I'm just great. Yama, you did a great job. Raina, you did a great job. Y'all did it. You really did.
What
Can't hear you.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Going out again.
Oh, I'm out?
No, not now.
Back.
Now I'm too loud?
No.
No, you're fine. Go ahead.
Keep talking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Oh,
Man, they doing Verizon on you.
I was just gonna say that. I was like, all right, Verizon.
was how this is something that's so unique that a lot of times I complain in the Black community that we're always replicating, even though we invented everything, but most people, the masses, don't realize that, and we're replicating what white people do with our fraternities and sororities, or a lot of our organizations. We're a Black version, or BET, a Black version of something else. This is so unique that this is something that was created that's nothing like necessarily maybe a green conference, but we have so many idiosyncrasies in it that from our Africanisms that make it so unique, and our sense of what sustainability is. So that's what I love about it, because it's not a replication of us doing something Black, you know, from someone else. This is something that the way it was created. And when I found out about it 3 years ago, I've always, I tell everybody about it, and I'm so disappointed more people from Dallas, you know, haven't joined. But that's what I love is the uniqueness of it. And I am now, you know, making plans definitely to move to Ghana with this organization. And like I said, you know, I wish there was like a payment plan to keep me disciplined on it, because, you know, I really want to do that in 4 years. I would love to be a part of the Kasi community. And like I said in one of my chats is that, you know, my training has been in urban planning and community development. And maybe this is the reason really going to this community. I've always wanted to go to Ghana, and my best friend here in Dallas is from, okay.
We
I
heard
was
the back
saying
end.
my best friend here in Dallas is from Ghana. You know, though she has a more Christianized mindset, they, you know, her and her husband will be moving back to Ghana to retire. So, you know, I think it's all coming in line that I will be moving to Ghana, retiring, you know, with the Kasi community. So, I mean, that's my next step, is to get serious about saving money, maybe to go, you know, on the trip to see the community, but make my plans to repatriate, you know, in 3 to 4 years.
Very nice. And
so
we did
I just say
Ashe. We did have a payment plan as well. We worked with the Haitian brother with layaway tickets. He has his own company. And so he was working with us to provide that at little to no cost, almost, for us to utilize that platform. I could imagine now it won't be little to no cost. Folks will be traveling and whatnot, but he puts up the money for your ticket and for a percentage of your trip, and you pay on that. So he goes ahead and purchases a ticket for you, and you have to make your payments. But he partnered with us to host that for us for this year. Now we're not going, so we'll see again.
Wonderful.
If that helps. If that
Wonderful.
helps.
Asante Sana, I just appreciate you so much.
Last thing I can say basically is that we just have to pull from this information and this knowledge that we gain. You know what I'm saying? Everything that people are sharing, what they're doing, we got to be able to pull from that and take it further. Like I said, you know what I'm saying? It's an opportunity for us to be able to show what we're capable of and show this world what we can do. You know what I'm saying? The times that we're living in, we ain't got time to play with some, even our own people, we don't have time to play around with some of them. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if we stay focused and we try to keep that vibration on a high frequency, we can conquer anything, man. I mean, we can't let this world keep us in bondage. So we gotta start thinking on higher levels than what we've been used to for years and years and years. I mean, it's gonna be separations. It's gonna be a lot chaos in between our destination. But once you get there, you know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. So, you know, that's just my message, and that's just how I feel about the whole agenda as far as what we have to do as a people.